How's it going, guys? This is Daniel Machado, back with part 2 of our experiment series with trying to get pineapple flowers to blossom via chemistry. Now, let's get in a little closer here. If you'll remember last time, if you watched my last video, we poured some of this Banksite. And supposedly, when it reacts with water, it releases ethylene gas that forces the pineapple plants to make flowers. Now, I tried this on all of these pineapple plants. I filmed it on this one. I filmed it on this bad boy. But I also went ahead for the sake of making a more stable experiment. I also did it to all of these pineapple plants as well. Now that was a few months ago, and a couple notes. I poured the Big Bang, the cannon, it's the little granules, and I poured the little granules in first, and then I added the water. And when they react with the water, they actually get pretty hot. So you can see, like right here, it kind of burned some of the leaves a little bit. Nothing too severe, just from the chemical reacting. Because this stuff is for like old artificial cannons. You put a little bit of it in, you put a little water, and it reacts and makes a big bang sound because it's reacting. But we're taking the byproducts of that reaction. We're using it to our own advantages. Now, my theory here is that since I did it in the open air, the plants didn't really have enough time to get exposed to the ethylene gas, especially since I did it out here on the balcony and outside. I think that the gas just got blown away before the plants had a really good chance to absorb them. You can see some of the calcium carbonate that's left over from the reaction. That's from this stuff. It reacts, and that's one of the byproducts. Not what we're looking for. The gas is what we're looking for, but just one of the little side effects. So we're going to do this experiment again. Only this time, I went ahead and I picked up this bad boy, Rusty's favorite. It is a big hamster ball. So now, my idea is I'm going to tape up all these holes so that the sunlight can still get in. We're going to open one side. We're going to trim these bad boys up so that we can place the ball on top. And then we're going to pour the Big Bang in the cup next to the plant so it doesn't singe the plant. And then we're going to let the gas stay inside our little impromptu gas chamber. And we're going to see if that higher concentration of gas being held inside this little sphere, which just ends up being perfect for this. Thank you, Goodwill. Ends up working a little better. So we're going to set this up. Watch. Rusty's going to hang out with us. And we're gonna first trim these plants a little so that the leaves will fit in. I think we're gonna go ahead. Yeah. I think this one's probably the best size. This was the plant we did to last time, so instead of experimenting on it twice in a row, well, we did this one too. We're gonna go ahead and just use this guy. Excuse me, Rusty. I'm gonna just trim off all of the dead excess leaves. And ethylene gas is produced a lot of ways, even just in regular decomposition of plant matter. Like I read one of the other ways that you can get plants like this, pineapple plants, to artificially flower is to pack dead banana casings, dead banana peels around the outside, and the ethylene gas that comes off of the banana peels is supposedly enough to encourage the pineapple plants to flower. But that's for another video. Now we're trying to force our plants. And I'm thinking that, because I don't know if you've ever gone to H-E-B and you've seen a little tiny pineapple plant, no bigger than this, but with a little miniature pineapple on it. You're always like, how do they do that? I think it's something like this. I think they are forcing it. Let's my guess. So we're going to go ahead and take the top off. Okay, and we're probably going to want to cut the leaves a little bit so it fit just a little better. We'll be all right. Okay. Just a little haircut. And we'll see, maybe the cutting is a little too aggressive and it doesn't have enough, you know, real estate to make the photosynthesize to produce a vibrant enough fruit. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. It's all about trial and error here. We're gonna see how well this fits in here. This is why I didn't do the ginormous one again. I have a little trouble fitting it in. Okay. Okay. That fits more or less okay. So now we're going to take I haven't taped up this holes just yet, but we will get to that. Do not worry. I'm going to pour about a tablespoon of this, let's see, calcium carbide. It's calcium carbide, that's right. Now this calcium carbide, that's right, that makes sense. That's why when it reacts with water it leaves calcium behind. Calcium residue. Okay. Alright, so there's about a tablespoon's worth right there. Alright. So now we'll just go ahead and pop that in our gas chamber. Now, I'm excited because I have good feelings about this. I think this one's gonna work. I'm gonna tape these holes up. All right, I think this will work pretty well. We will find out. Yes, and in the meantime, I will talk about my upcoming video that I'm quite excited about. I'm going to try to make more videos because they're just so darn fun. And my next video is on a topic that, well, I haven't really documented very much of myself doing. I have done quite a bit of. So it'll be really fun to kind of play around. We're going to try to make rocket fuel from baby formula. So that'll be a really interesting video. We're going to, I'm just waiting for the yeast to arrive in the mail, and then we're going to make us some baby formula moonshine, and then we are going to turn our baby formula moonshine into solid rocket fuel propellant. We're going to build ourselves a little rocket and a rocket launcher. We're going to shoot a rocket. We're going to shoot a baby formula rocket. Should be a good time, if all goes well. It will be my first time brewing anything, so baby formula moonshine will be an interesting foray into the world of brewing. I want to get all these holes pretty well, because I really want to, if I had undersaturated the plant before, I want to oversaturate the plant this time with ethylene gas. Something tells me this thing isn't going to be perfectly airtight no matter what I do, so the more airtight we can get it, the better the experiment is to work. And if this works, I'll try this with the rest of them. And I will definitely be filming my results and showing them off. I was really disappointed. I guess the video I watched explaining how to do this the first time, it wasn't very specific. It didn't really say how they did it. He just kind of talked about briefly how he used this substance to make the ethylene gas. And I thought, gosh, that sounds pretty easy. It made it sound like he just dumped it on there, but I don't know. Maybe he probably did something similar with like trash bags or a bucket or something. But I'll run out of tape. Ooh, it's the beginning of spring break here in Texas. As many other parts of the U.S. And it is a beautiful day. Thought it was a good day. Do some chemistry. And if you're wondering why there are little slits in this hole, it's because it was a little play toy for, I guess, guinea pigs? So there's lots of slits in the side of it to let the little guys breathe. But since we aren't putting a guinea pig in here, well, not a literal one, we shan't be needing these breather holes. So we will cover them up. Do you guys like explosions? Do you guys like fire? You know, it's one of those things. It's so second nature to me. I almost forget that other people have interest in seeing things be blown up. I was in fact a working pyrotechnician for a year, and I'll tell you what, if I ever had a calling, it's blowing stuff up. So if anyone's ever interested in seeing me blow some more stuff up, or you know, what we might blow up, I'm gonna build some rockets. Build some rockets and we'll put some payloads in them. It'll be really fun. It's been a long time since I've made a rocket. I'll make a cool rocket launcher too. It's been even longer since I've made a rocket launcher. Tell you what, playing with fire, and explosives, and chemicals, it sure can be fun. But you can also blow stuff up in your face. Go figure. So if you are going to play with fire, explosives, you know, reactive chemicals, I think the best piece of advice I can give you is experiment with small amounts first. Get to know it, you know, from small encounters. So that if you do something and it does go critically wrong, it's at least critically wrong in a controllably small amount. That's my advice. controlled burn, if you will. Well, Rusty's coming to direct, I suppose. All right, director. Ooh, a lot of slits. I hope this doesn't kill the plant. Just completely suffocate it. I don't think that will happen, but I guess that's why we have other pineapples, because it is a possibility. But I think if it does smother it, too much gas just chokes it out. We'll probably just take some of these little vent holes off. Not all of them, just some of them, to let a little more air flow through. And we may try again. Sick. You gotta love apartments. Keep a close eye on the rest. Oh my god, almost done. Watch, I'm gonna add like one less piece of tape than I need. While you're sitting here watching me tape a big sphere, I'd like you to be thinking of some questions or some comments to leave below. Maybe considering, annihilating that like or subscribe button. Great, I'm one of those people. You know what? Don't like it. Don't subscribe. But do watch. It's okay. Ghosts are welcome on this channel. Okay. Okay. Chabador. Alright. Alright, we have our Big Bang in our receptacle. We have our pineapple plant nice and trimmed up. We got a nice spot in the sun when the sun comes back out. No. Alright. Let's get a good look at this. Let's try to get a good look at the reaction as it goes on. So we have our handy dandy water receptacle. You look down in there, you see that little pot? You see those little granules? That's the Big Bang, the cannon ammo. So now with utmost accuracy, I'm going to try to fill it up with as much water as I can, and then... Yeah. Okay. Well, it's still in there. What do you think, Rusty? Stinky. Really stinky. Maybe that's the ethylene gas you're smelling, but that's kind of got like a vague rotten egg smell to it. Well, okie dokie. Stay tuned, and I'll keep an eye on this. I'm gonna leave it in here till the smoke settles, which, yeah, it's pretty fast. You know, I can see it sitting on the bottom though, which is okay. This is better, because I mean, I did it before and it immediately just disapparated. Okay, so stay tuned, and we'll keep an eye on it, and if we get a baby pineapple, oh, you know I'm gonna post it. In the meantime, stay tuned. We're gonna make some baby formula, moonshine, rocket fuel, and then we're gonna shoot a rocket. Stay spicy, folks.